Hello, dear Taurus. I'm Jamie Dawn, your revolutionary astrologer, bringing you your January 2022 horoscope. And this is if you have your sun, moon, or rising sign in the sign of Taurus. We kick off the month with Mercury ingressing into Aquarius and a new moon in Capricorn on the 2nd. And so we're coming off of a very powerful month of December because we had a final eclipse in the Gemini Sagittarius series on the 4th of December. So do pay attention. Some of you may have had some activity around that time, but if not, January 4th may show up, or at least something leading into that. And so here we have Mercury in Aquarius squaring off with your sun, moon, or rising sign, activating that 10th house. So your placement of your career, your reputation, the legacy in which you are trying to develop and leave behind for those who come behind you, or how you want to be remembered, if you will, with Mercury here, it's going to create a little tension. Maybe you're going to have these thoughts around it's the first of the year, and maybe you're setting some New Year's resolutions. So you may go, okay, let me take an objective view here about what it is that I really want to manifest for the upcoming year. What is it that I want to be able to leave behind, or that people will remember me for? And it's a perfect time to take on more of that logical aspect to it, and maybe even have some objective opinions around it, so that you can maybe bounce it off of someone that you're close to, and you want to share these ideas, and maybe some of you are launching a new business or a new idea out into the world. With this being a new moon in Capricorn in that 9th house, it's a great time to share with everybody what you are doing. But you may decide you want to do like a beta test market first, or there's a small group of people that you want to just go, hey, I want to share this and see what kind of feedback you can give me, and that feedback can be more objective for you. You may not like it all, but at least you won't take it maybe as personally as you could if it wasn't Mercury in Aquarius. Now, I will put that pin on the map because I'll talk about it in this video, but Mercury will retrograde this month as well. And a lot of times people say, don't start or launch something during a retrograde, and Venus is still retrograde. However, Taurus, if it's something you've been working on, you've been noodling and thinking about it for quite some time, you've got all the pieces and parts ready to go, it's perfectly fine to launch it during the retrograde time. Just know that it's better to launch it and have a lot of space and grace to get that feedback, to be able to also go, okay, here's a way in which I can test it or tweak it, and just look at it that way, that your official launching of anything new, whether it's a relationship, whether we're talking about business, and with this being your 9th, 10th house activation, I feel like it's more about who you are in the world, your career. If you're starting a new job, it's a great time for this. Just take your time. Use this as a chance to be able to think differently, out of the box, but also as an opportunity to say, not everything is going to be perfect with this, and that there could be some slow starts. So just give yourself a lot of space and grace, and also keep that sense of humor going. Don't, the rule of thumb is don't take it too personally, because not everything is what it appears to be when, especially Mercury is retrograde, because it has a way to cloud or fog the mind. And with it being in Aquarius in this 10th house, because it will retrograde on the 14th, that this is where a lot of, delays and stops and starts happen, technical glitches happen, but there's no need to be dramatic about it. Do pay attention to how you verbalize your feelings and thoughts, so that any misunderstandings can be mitigated, but also keep in mind too that people will perceive things from a very cloudy place when Mercury is retrograde. So do also watch where you may be communicating out to the world, maybe in this business world, or it's not just professional, it's just how you're seen, your reputation. There's some of you may have to clean up a few things or clarify a few things, because people have a tendency when Mercury is retrograde to think very differently. But also during a retrograde Mercury, is that you may find that you send a message to the boss in the wrong way. Maybe you're the boss and you receive messages from people, somebody putting in their notice that they're leaving, or maybe you've decided that it's time for you to leave, and it may not go quite according to plans, but it will get cleaned up in February and March. So just put some pins on the map about that. With Mercury in Aquarius, you're thinking about liberation, you're thinking about individuation. So many of you may decide that you need to communicate to somebody, hey, this is my individual way of expressing myself and my thoughts, and I need to celebrate that. And you may find some tension where others just don't line up with the way in which you're thinking right now. And that may be the catalyst for you to make a move away from where you're currently at. It also allows you to stand out as being maybe an innovator or somebody who does think very differently, and you can build this new reality that maybe you're wanting so much for you and your partner. If you're looking at it from a relationship standpoint, it's really about who do you line up with that helps enhance your reputation. So your reputation may be based on the type of people or the work that you do as well. And so you may be rethinking that. You may say, maybe I need to put some new habits in place, or I need to remove myself from this particular relationship because it doesn't line up with my values. It doesn't line up with, it doesn't make me look very good. Like people see me as being a strong, reliable person, but I seem to have aligned myself with people that are flaky, or people that talk badly about others behind their back, and things like that, or they just don't follow through with the work that they say they're going to do. And you know what? I need somebody who can actually follow through with things. The other thing that I will say is that this is an opportunity to really break free from any thoughts or ideas that do not serve you anymore, that don't encourage you to open your mind. So I know, Taurus, you being a fixed sign, it's very difficult sometimes for you to create change, and you don't want to create change for the sake of it. But this is an invitation, the month of January, to really look at your ideas of life and who you are and who you align with, and to break free from anything toxic, anything that may be pulling you down. We have a full moon in Cancer. That's on the 17th of January. That is in your 3rd and 9th house. So I have a feeling that you'll be releasing something very emotional that can be very helpful for others on a very large scale. I see a lot of Tauruses writing and releasing books this month, or releasing a course, or something that allows you to be able to offer healing, offer support on an emotional level that you can communicate and you can talk about. Maybe some of you are thinking about going into the therapeutic realm or counseling. Maybe you've just finished a certification. It's a great time for you to now launch that business, or to at least help others as they need to somehow put together information that helps them feel as though they're on the right track, or they feel supported. This is a very supportive full moon for you, because Cancer is exalted in the sign, the moon is exalted in the sign of Taurus, and it is the ruler of Cancer. And Cancer is all about emotional needs. It's about security. And that's something you do really well because of your stability. So you may find yourself also having to navigate a partnership. Those of you who are in a partnership, that your romantic partner, the person that you feel dependent on, or they are dependent on you, maybe it's children, are going to need some extra emotional support, and you will be the one that can help them with that. Now, it is possible that maybe you just need that emotional support, and you can receive it from your friends far and wide. And this gives you a chance to use your emotions to manifest that greater love and support that you need most to feel stable. Now, Uranus will go direct, and it is in your 1st house. It's been in your sign for 2 years now, and it goes direct on the 18th. So all those urges that you may have been suppressing for yourself will probably come up and out, and you'll be able to finally go, okay, here's how I want to live my life, or here's how I want to do things. I want people to see me as the person that I am, and all of my gifts, and I want to celebrate and do it in my own way. And so this is an opportunity where some of you may receive money at this time. You may receive some sort of recognition, accolade, something from the past that's coming back that just allows you to be able to feel like you're finally going to be able to be the best version of yourself, and that others are lining up to support you. The sun moves into Aquarius on the 10th, excuse me, on the 19th in your 10th house. So more of this professional career spotlight success kind of culmination that happens, even though the sun isn't really happy in Aquarius, it actually is going to be allowing you to get really mentally active, especially with Uranus now direct, that you may find that this is a time for you to reconnect with the world. So if you felt like you were a little bit of a hermit for a little bit, so that you could regroup and you could bring in these New Year's resolutions or get these actions in place, whether we're talking personal or professional, that now you feel even more energized to get it going. Granted, Mercury is retrograde in that 10th house, so it may be a lot of internal dialogue first, and then you communicate it to your small group, and then you let them be the impact or the pebble in the pond that can ripple out. I see a lot of you Tauruses having people talking about you in a positive way after the 18th of January when the sun moves into Aquarius. You could be really energized to show yourself as that leader, that the authority when it comes to the ideas that you have and the way in which you want to revolutionize the world. On January 24th, Mars will enter Capricorn. This is going to be of great benefit to you because it will make a beautiful trine to your sun, moon, or rising sign. And Mars is exalted in Capricorn. It burns the midnight oil. It gets things done. It loves being here because it's all about success, and you may be driven to get shit done. And this is so powerful that because whatever goals and ideas you may have had at the beginning of the month, you can now start to really build over time. You can see that this is the let's stop talking, let's start doing, let's put it into action and form. And when Mars is in Capricorn, it's so powerful that it allows you to be able to move in the direction of your hopes, your dreams, your goals. And you will also find that business in particular can go really well at this time. This isn't just about money. It's also about reputation. It's also about how you navigate relationships with others. And you will find that you're not afraid of hard work. So if there's a relationship conversation that needs to happen, you'll find you'll be able to have the tools as well as the patience and the ability to be able to take your time saying, hey, how do we make this work? I need you to do this. Where can you meet me in the middle? This is about finishing things. If you started a conversation, say a month ago, that now comes back, you get to redo it and you get to build a brand new, compassionate, understanding, beautiful place with this individual or this group of people that you may be working with. Mercury is retrograding back into Capricorn, back into that 9th house on the 25th. So your ideas can then get grounded into reality. I really feel, Taurus, that towards the end of January, end of February, regardless of the fact that Mercury's retrograde and Venus until the January 29th, that there's some starts and stops, but you'll find by the end of January into February, things start really moving ahead, and they don't get really fast until halfway to February. We'll talk about that in that video. However, January is about planning. It's about putting things into place, building that strong foundation, which you're really good at. Do that, launching, launch your business, launch your ideas, share it with those that you care about, take a little bit of risk, but really this is about building a foundation that is so solid, because as 2022 continues to emerge, you're going to find the first part of this year has the tension points, but that's just to test you to say, are you sure this is the path you want? You get really crystal clear and things start moving. January 29th, Venus moves direct in your 9th house. I have a feeling that you are going to continue to draw to you people and opportunities that really, because Venus is your ruler, that really celebrate you, that want to sing your praises on the mountaintop, want to share your vision, your ideas with the world. And you'll find that this is a beautiful time. If you didn't do a vision board, say at the beginning of the year, do it when Venus goes direct. I think it's great. Also, because Capricorn is someone who aims high in your 9th house, expansiveness, it has to do with philosophy, it has to do with your idea of whatever the higher wisdom is. You have an opportunity to attract opportunities opportunities that let you speak about it, let you teach about it, that it really does draw to you opportunities that set you up as that teacher. Do watch, Taurus. I feel that some people who are desperate for love and acceptance and somebody who will teach them all about their self-improvement, self-awareness, they're going to be drawn to you. They're going to look to you as being that one that they can rely on, and it will feel so good. And as we know, the ego can sort of get run away with that. So do watch for that. But I feel as though most of all, this is an opportunity for you to be able to be that leader and that teacher that you really are in such a beautiful, supportive way. I'll mention relationship for just a moment. I sense right now, Taurus, that your relationships will have a little bit of a hum going on underneath the surface. Your relationship dynamics are going to be more like, am I happy in my life? Do I have the right people? And if not, who is it that I need to line up with? And it's not just one particular one, unless, here's the caveat. The exception will be those of you Tauruses who have some past relationship stuff that needs to be cleaned up. January gives you the month to do it. And you can do it from a higher wisdom or a higher view, a better objective view, where you can actually say, okay, if we're going to get back together, or if we're going to actually make a decision together, if you're coupled, that we invest in this and we spend our money this way and we buy that second house, or we decide we want to travel to foreign places this year, what kind of things do we need in order to build that better future? So you're going to be talking about what it actually looks like to build a future together. That's what January will bring to you. And if you're not lined up on the same page, or if the relationship for a few of you is toxic, you'll remove that. That idea will go away, or the relationship altogether will be put to rest. I see many Tauruses getting back with exes. If you're single Taurus and you have been waiting for this person, I see them coming back, and they're going to need to kind of talk through it from a bigger view. So keep your mind very open. Don't collapse the field by getting fixed on a particular outcome. Just allow the conversation to unfold and talk about, okay, if we do this, what does our future actually look like? All right, Taurus, I really hope that this helps, gives you a little taste. Please like, subscribe, share, comment, and come find me at jamiedawn.com. I hope you have a great month.